All right, welcome to the chat, everyone. So welcome back for another episode of the FCMG Producers Log. Let's see, it is December 12th. It is 12/12 today. Make a wish. I don't know if that's a thing. I know 11/11 is, but yeah, anyway. So I'll be doing some editing today. I've got some more of those UK vlog videos to work on, but I'm doing a different portion of the projects. You got to see me finish one yesterday, so today you're going to be able to watch as I put them together. You'll see I've got a couple different sources of media on these things. Like there's GoPro footage that I shot and recorded audio to. There's B-roll from my nice cameras. There's GoPro footage from me in the field. There's just like a whole bunch of different mediums that I'm working with, all at different frame rates, all at different resolutions. Some of the audio I've processed in Audition, so it's like a separate file. Like linking up that much audio kind of takes a little bit of finesse. So as I'm working on that, you can kind of check that out. But then also, as always, you can ask me whatever you want about photo, video, and freelancing stuff. Also about the beard, of course. If you're wondering why it's so smooth today, it's because last night before going out, I blow dried this thing. That's what you do to get a really nice beard. Anyway, let's get a move on. All right, so I'm gonna have to adjust my focus manually here. I'm realizing because we're a little bit off because my keyboard is showing right there. All right, so I can even go back. Yep. Yeah, this is a little bit of a challenge with a manual lens when you switch to manual. It's usually on autofocus, but I don't want to chance it today. You know, I want to make sure you've got. There we go. There's a good spot. All right, beautiful. So today, as always, we are working in Premiere Pro. This is the program that I like to use right now. So I just finished working on episode 4 the other day. That's what you got to see. Exported in maybe an hour. Did great, and like wasn't too hefty of a project to do the export and then get posted by that night. So if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching this on Twitch, go check that out on YouTube. It's up right now. It's the FCMG UK travel vlog, season 1, episode 4. I'm going to be doing some more vlogging stuff, some more travel vlogs, especially. I'm going to be doing some short trips in the next probably 6 months and documenting them along the way. And this time I'm probably going to be broadcasting them to Twitch and then cutting them up and putting them on YouTube that way. I might make some supplementary material to go along with it. Maybe do some voiceover stuff, shoot some B-roll along the way, things like that. So you'll be able to see what I'm live streaming as I'm live streaming, obviously, but like there will be additional footage that goes up on the YouTube channel afterwards. So these live streams and this current batch of vlogs are going to be a little bit different. But you know, that's what it's about. You gotta constantly be upgrading your stuff and doing better every day. So that's what we're on about over here. See if I need to up my light a little bit. There we go. All right, beautiful. By the way, this light panel is $100. This giant thing that I'm using above me, it's a soft panel that's just sitting on a hanger. Super lightweight because it's soft. Newer makes these things. This is the dual panel. You can get a single for about, I think it's $55-$60, which is a fantastic deal because this thing is, whoo, that's bright. That's like way too powerful. So I put this thing at 20%. That's my bright mode, you know? So yeah, that's all we need right about now. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm working on episode 5 right now. We're going to go through and we're going to chop up some of this stuff. Okay, so as you can see, when I recorded this, the GoPro is on a slider. It's a little motorized slider, so you can hear that the entire time. So I wore a lavalier microphone in order to cut that out. I recorded it to another device and then edited that audio in Audition, and this is what it ends up with. You know, as I pull the microphone off my chest. Here's a sample.
Abby brought me to the train station in Leeds, where we caught a quick breakfast, then got me to my plot.
Not bad. My volume is a little bit low. I'm not sure if that's going to make it too loud for you guys or give you an echo.
The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peake at the uninvited store.
Okay, there might be a little bit of an echo there, but turn that down, and I'm gonna have to up the gain on this anyway. Okay, so peak amplitude -3. So let's do.
I've always loved train travel ever since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario as a kid.
All right. So basically, I sit here and I do a couple of takes.
All right. So what are we on here? What are we on here? Day 5?
Okay, I want to keep that one.
What are we on here? Day 5?
We're gonna cut out the All right, so that's a clip that we're gonna keep. I'm just gonna bump that up. This is an easy way. If you're working in a linear timeline like this, where everything is in one straight line, you can basically go along. C is gonna be your cut tool, and you can hit Control or Shift while you're doing it, and it will cut the entire, like all of the tracks at once. So that's an easy way to make a full cut through like something that has synced audio and all kinds of other layers that are attached to it or grouped or whatever. And then just pulling up that top clip makes it really easy to just go along and select only those top ones and pull everything out. So that's nice. Let's actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to pop this up, unmute it, and I'm going to link these two tracks. Boom, boom, boom. And now it's going to be easier, yeah, to move those as a group. Beautiful. That can go away. That can go away. Lovely. Alrighty. So let's keep going.
So, day 5 was another travel day. Chris and Gabby brought me.
So even just these two could be my little intro thing before my my actual intro kicks in. I like to have a little chunk of me talking at the very intro of the video, maybe 10 seconds long, and then the actual intro comes in. The idea is I kind of give like a, okay, this day was this. Just general overview. Couple words or less, you know, as few words as possible, basically. And then I'll throw up this like intro sequence. If you've watched any of my other UK vlogs, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's keep rolling on this.
Chris and Gabby brought me to the train station in Leeds, where we caught a quick breakfast, then got me to my platform. The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peake at the uninvited store. I've always loved train travel ever since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario as a kid. The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch
See, looking at the audio form, it just looks like it's a bunch of stumbles. So let's listen to the last one just in case.
The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peake at the uninvited store.
Yep, I go into a little brain fudge there, so.
Connor and I got to know each other probably 10 years ago on.
Okay,
The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peake at the uninvited store.
Here we go. Yeah, I don't even need to do that global one now. Okay, so there's another clip that'll work. And then this is where I come in next with the good.
Connor and I got to know each other probably 10 years ago on Facebook. We were both in bands. I was living up in Canada at the time. He was in the UK. And for some reason, we started kind of like chatting together about band stuff. We've had little conversations here and there for years. And I've always kind of followed what he's been doing. He's in this band. It's Cabin Boy Jump
cut out
Ship.
all those ums.
And he just opened this store called the Uninvited Store. There he sells all kinds of really cool merchandise, awesome designs, awesome clothing, apparel, everything. So if you're in the area, if you ever go to Leicester, definitely go check that store out. I'm going to have some footage in here of him, the stuff that we talked about, and visiting his store, really. I'll have some photos in here for you as well, so definitely go check it out.
Cool.
I've always loved train travel, ever since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario as a kid. The countryside whipping by the giant windows, the different cars, and the variety of people you'll see along the way just make for such an interesting journey. So we made it to Leicester.
Okay, alright. So we're going to cut these. Come on. Bang, bang, bang. Kick those up.
So we made it to Leicester, and here's what happened.
Alrighty. I like that one. Go here.
So be sure to check out the Uninvited Store, Cabin Boy Jump Ship, and go visit...
Okay, I flubbed that one.
So be sure to check out the Uninvited Store, go follow Cabin Boy Jump Ship, and stay tuned for the rest of this journey. Thanks for watching this week's episode. I'll be back next week with more of my adventure through England and Ireland. Subscribe if you want to see more, and like this if you enjoyed this episode. Cheers. See you soon.
There we go. And I've been leaving kind of that in as well. I'll let it run with the end credits. So there's, or like end screen, whatever that's called. The last 10 seconds of your video, you can put these links to other videos, your channel, subscribe buttons, all this stuff. So I've been putting that stuff over that. So there isn't real content there. I might have the music run a little bit longer and stuff like that too. I think it just gives it kind of a nice feel, personally. All right, so we're going to pull all of that out, delete all of that, boom, ripple delete, and we're good. All right, and now this is, yeah, okay, so this is the intro. So we're going to go back to episode 5 here, pop in our intro.
What are we on here? Day 5? Day 5 was another travel day.
Let's see.
Chris and Gabby brought me to the train station in Leeds, where we caught a quick breakfast, then got me to my platform. The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor.
Okay, so I could put that in the intro as well. And then let's see, that's where the video starts. So we're going to pull this back to about there.
Peek at the Uninvited Store.
You can pull that forward a touch.
Uninvited Store.
I think that's about as far as we can get away with.
Invited store.
Alright, so obviously amplify these things differently. Like I'm gonna adjust the gain in the end.
What are we on here? Day 5? Day 5 was another travel day. Chris and Gabby brought me to the train station in Leeds, where we caught a quick breakfast, then got me to my platform. The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peak at the uninvited store.
So I obviously can't have just that in as the footage. You know, like that's boring. Like I'm not even looking at the camera for most of it. So the part that I would keep in is that, where I'm looking at the camera. I kind of like that bit, so I'll bump that up a line.
What are we on here? Day 5? Day 5 was another travel day. Chris and Gabby...
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. But I'm actually going to... It's called a J cut. So this footage is going to be on top as I start to speak.
Was another travel day. Chris and Gabby brought me to the trains.
I'm going to have... I'm going to drop some B-roll on top of this. So like all of this stuff, this clip here and this clip here is going to be covered by B-roll up until the point where we actually have the transition. See, that actually pops out a little bit too early. Oh, that's because I moved the clip. Doy. We can do it to about here. A little bit further back.
Peak at the uninvited store.
Cool. Yeah, we can do that. Raise the gain on these clips by 4.
What are we on here? Day 5? Day 5 was another travel day. Chris and Gabby brought me to the train station.
I like that. Okay. We're good there. Save that. All right, as we come out of the intro, also another thing with the intro is I'm going to have to change the title, because you'll see the title card is still episode 4. But that's something I'm going to do as I figure out the episode. Like I'll figure out what the title is when I figure out kind of what the theme is in the story. Might be like another travel day, but I try and come up with something a little bit clever, so it's more interesting than just like travel day, doing things. You know, like gotta have a little bit of spice in there. Wanna spice it up a touch, if you will. Okay, so this is all going to be B-roll covered, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I'm actually talking to the camera. Cool.
Connor and I got to know each other.
Sweet. That works well. So we can pop right out there. So what we're doing right now is called cutting the A-roll. This is all the important dialogue, and no, that's not what we wanted to do. Important dialogue, important footage where it's like, it's the main theme of the story. So you can build the skeleton and the backbone of your story with just your A-roll. That's going to be your audio of your interview, video of your interview, or whatever is the most constant subject throughout the entire thing. Ooh, coffee time. I think we're finally cool enough. Yeah, we're cool enough. P.S. Check out this dope mug. Oh, hold on. I don't even, all right, we're doing it. We're going back to autofocus. Look at that. Nice wolf mug. Yeah. Wolf. Lone wolf. Dog woo. Okay, beautiful. Lovely, lovely stuff. All right, I'm going to put this keyboard down a little bit. Just so it's hopefully doesn't focus on my fingers the whole time. I'm going to have to adjust things a little bit. It's always good to have your desk all, ergonomically set up. So you want to be comfortable and healthy throughout your workday. What are the next clips here?
I've always loved train travel, ever since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario as a kid. The countryside whipping by the giant windows, the different cars, and the variety of people you'll see along the way just make for such an interesting journey.
That's all going to be covered. All right, so this goes over here. I still might put B-roll over top of this because it's such a long clip. I'm going to put B-roll over top of it because it's such a long clip, actually, I should say. So I'm still going to leave some room above it, but I'm going to use this to denote that it's like, it is good footage still, but this stuff definitely needs to be covered. It'll just help me keep that a little more organized. Here's another talk to the camera.
Journey. So we made it to Leicester, and here's what happened.
All right, so that is going to be other footage.
Be sure to check out the uninvited.
And that'll be the outros. Boom. All right, so this is literally our A-roll. I'm not sure how long our structure in here is going to be, so let's go find some of that footage. First, save it. Always saved. Constantly be saving. Always be saving. ABS. That's opposed to ABCs, if you know that reference. Glengarrick and Ross, yeah. Always be closing. That's right. Closing. Okay, so let's go take a look at our project. Season 111, because it's updated over several versions by this point. Okay. Okay, photos, VFX, SFX, sequences. My camera is under. Okay, vlog footage is behind there. Is that maybe it? How do I? There we go. Okay, season 1. Okay, nope, it's not gonna let me do that. There we go. All right, you know what? Let's go to assembly here. They have workspaces that are better for this. Oh, okay. We're gonna let that sit for a second. It's accessing a hard drive right now, and once that hard drive boots up, then it'll feel much better. Alrighty, hard drive accessed. Season 1, or okay, vlog footage, season 1. Okay, so an easy way to figure out where we were. Man, this is all messy. This. Alrighty, so that's the last day that we talked about. And then this is all the part when we go to Leicester. There's the trains, the connecting trains. There's the uninvited store. Very cool. All right, and then that's me back at the train. There's some B-roll. Some more B-roll. And then this is all the next day. Or no, this is all later that night as I get to London. Okay, so I'm going to go from here all the way up to here. Bada bing, bada boom. And drop these right in. Bang. All right. Yeah, so it's way longer than I thought it would be. I know I'm going to have to cut down most of this, but I think there's a lot of good footage in there, so I'll use it if I can. Oh, yeah, okay. So I shot all this stuff in 2.7K, 2.5K, whatever it is on the GoPro Hero 4 session, which is a sweet little, like, you know, by itself thing. Like, it's just, those things are great. Also, I gotta check and see if my stream is working correctly. Let's take a look. All right, yeah, that's working. Tight. Beautiful. Alrighty, so what you do with these, you could scale to frame size, but then all of them, when you go into the transform settings, it's going to say they're at 100% when they're at frame size. So it kind of, I think it, I don't know, I think it does something differently than when you set to frame size, because when you set it to frame size, it gives you the percentage at which it's scaled down. So like it's not setting your actual like image size smaller, and then if you want to cut in, then you're zooming in on an image. Like you're zooming out on an image that's larger than your canvas size. That's the difference as far as I can tell. But yeah, we'll set those to set to frame size. Are these in super view? I'm wondering if I shot these. Yeah, I'm looking a little tall on this stuff. No, let's take a little. No, we just had the info panel right there. I could have just looked there. Okay, 2.7K. Pixel aspect ratio is 1.0. Oh, cool. It shoots in 420. I didn't know that. Okay, so it just, I don't know if that's like just the GoPro lens then or what, because like maybe I just have a really long banana head and I don't realize it. Is it just me? Or is it, do I really have a banana head? I feel like if you painted my head yellow, it'd, you know, work as a pretty good banana. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, so let's watch some of this footage, see what it's like. Let's not have it at full because that's going to be annoying. So we made it to the train station. I was running a little late, as usual, so Gabs and Chris helped me out. So we're going to get food now. This place is huge, by the way. Ooh. 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 Still just handheld. Catching the train to Chesterfield. Like I'm literally just going like this. These two. Love you both. Thank you.
Love you too.
Cheers.
Safe journey.
Okay, so we made it to the train station. I was running a little late, as usual, so Gabs and Chris helped me out. So we're going to get food now. I don't have Torbox open again. Let's do that thing. Alright. Torbox. Toy boat, toy boat. that's better. Hopefully it's not going to stare at my fingers the entire time. Okay, we got our tour box going. Okay, I know what we're going to do. Oh, okay. Apparently it's being a little laggy. There we go. Okay, I'll do a cut there. Ripple delete.
Yeah. So we're going to get food now. This place is huge, by the way. Oh.
Okay, so that intro didn't work too well. Like, I paused the camera. This stuff, I feel like I could do without audio. Do a little bit of that. Okay, so. Oh, I'm going to keep that clip up too.
What are we on here? Day 5? Day 5 was another travel day. Chris and Gabby brought...
Yeah, we might adjust this a little bit. Little bit. Okay. So this clip, I want it over here. And then this. Unlink. This one. And this one I'm going to unlink. I'm going to use these both as audio free. Okay, so these two go after. This one goes before. Put that down there. Let's put this. Yeah, we'll just leave that over there for now. Okay, so. Let's take a look. Let's hear what the actual...
Where we caught a quick breakfast, then got me to my platform. The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to...
What if we do this?
So we made it to the train station. I was running a little late, as usual, so Gabs and Chris helped me out. So we're going to get food now. The first stop was going to be Leicester. The first stop was going to be Leicester. The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peak at the uninvited store.
Let's see. Pull that back just a little bit. So we're going to get food now.
The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peak at the Uninvited store.
Okay, we're going to pull this down another level so we can move this over. Sweet. All right, I think that's cool.
What are we on here? Day 5? Day 5 was another travel day.
So we made it to the train station. I was running a little late, as usual, so Gabs and Chris helped me out. So we're going to get food now.
The first stop was going to be Leicester.
Cool. I like that. Let's move this up so we know that that's all A-roll.
Another travel day.
Well, it's all cut. So we made it to the train station. I was running a little late, as usual, so Gabs and Chris helped me out. So we're going to get food now.
The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen Peak at the Uninvited store.
Pull that out just a little bit more. Boom. There we go. All right. So that's our cut there.
Connor and I got to know each other probably 10 years ago on Facebook. We were both in bands. I was living up in Canada at the time. He was in the UK. And for some reason, we started kind of like chatting together about band stuff. We've had little conversations here and there for years. And I've always kind of followed what he's been doing. He's in this band. It's Cabin Boy Jump Ship. And he just opened this store called the Uninvited store. There he sells all kinds of really cool merchandise.
That's very talky. Okay, so I might... I'm gonna save that for... I'm gonna save that chunk for later, now that I think about it.
Love train travel ever since riding the Polar.
Sure. Sure. Cute. Let's do that. Alrighty.
I've always loved train travel ever since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario as a kid. The countryside whipping by the giant windows, the different cars, and the variety of people you'll see along the way just make for such an interesting journey.
Okay, we can shorten this stuff up a little bit.
I would love train travel ever since riding the Polar Express in Ontario as a kid. The countryside whipping by the giant windows, the different cars. Giant windows, the different cars, and the variety of people.
Sure. Beautiful. All right.
Of people you'll see along the way just make for such an interesting journey. And the variety of people you'll see along the way just make for such an interesting journey. Interesting journey. So we made it to Leicester, and here's what happened.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to have to maybe adjust where that is a little bit. But we're getting some structure here finally, which is nice. Let's delete the audio from those files because we're not going to need that. So just me. Yep, that's just me riding the train. I used to love that Fallout interface. Like I had like a little Fallout dude, like a Pip-Boy on my watch. It was so cool. Doesn't exist anymore as far as I can tell. Some update went through, haven't been able to find it.
6 in the morning, headed to Leicester right now. I'm going to try and hit the uninvited store, which is where Connor owned Peaked. Sells his cool clothes. So I'm going to see if I can stop in and drag all my bags down there and then hop back on the train and make it all the way to London. I'm going to be spending the next 5 days there. And yeah, hopefully going to do some photo shoots along the way. Going to be walking around doing photo shoots of my own, but if I can find some people to do some gigs with, then that's what we'll do. Gonna shoot some video while I'm there, go to some cool places, see what happens.
Cool. Not really helpful at all as a clip, though. All right, we already have kind of all of that information. This, I think, is going to be all footage. It's all B-roll. Oh. Fast forward a little bit.
In Chesterfield. Then we got to transfer to Leicester. And then we're off to London.
Cool. All right. Also doesn't help. This will be sort of my graveyard over here. That's a pretty cool clip. Sleeping. Oh, and then I wake up and yeah, okay, these are pretty cool. I don't know if this is like a nuclear power plant or something like that, but like those things were just massive. I ran out to check them out on the side. I almost wanted to like run outside for a second, but the train got going too quick. I was all excited, you could tell. I'll give you a little sneak preview of what happened.
I literally just like jumped off the train, ran down here, and like, yeah. Here's this dodgy American accent. He's like, what the? Oh, sorry. Thank you.
So yeah, that was ran into Connor on the street as he was going up to his store. We ended up chatting for a little bit. He showed me around his store, picked up a few things, and then I headed back to the train. But there's some footage and some photos from inside the store itself, so I'm going to add some stuff like that in for B-roll. That's going to be this whole section in here after I say...
Made it to Leicester, and here's what happened.
After I say that. So this, and then, which clip was it? This one. So these go right in succession.
And the variety of people you'll see along the way just make for such an interesting journey.
All right, so that's going to be all train B-roll. So that's where all this goes. You know what? I might actually use one of those clips from our graveyard. See, I'm glad I hung on to those.
Hit the under.
I kind of like this one. We could throw this in there somewhere.
Interesting journey.
Don't want it on there.
For such an interesting journey.
11:36 in the morning. Headed to Leicester right now. I'm gonna try and hit the uninvited store, which is where Connor Owen peaked.
Got a big spot on my screen. I just noticed.
So I'm gonna see if I can stop in and drag all my bags down there, and then hop back on the train and make it all the way to London. Better. Gonna be spending the next 5 days there, and yeah, hopefully gonna do some photo shoots along the way. Gonna be.
Okay, so I'm going to chop that up big time. I'm just going to pull that out a bit to denote that I need to cut that. This stuff all gets cut in the middle. And then if I need a transition out, I can use that, but I'm going to have to get rid of all of this stuff. Thank you for autosaving. And then these two are the outro. Okay, so beautiful. Basic structure complete. It's a little busted up right now, but whatever. So do we need music for the intro?
What are we on here? Day 5? Day 5 was another travel day.
So we made it to the train station. Let's bing bada boom. So we made it to the train station. I was running a little late as usual, so Gabs and Chris helped me out. So we're going to get food now.
The first stop was going to be Leicester, where I was going to try and catch Connor Owen peak at the uninvited store.
Okay, we don't need music because we already have music in the intro itself, and it's like I think it's quick enough to get to the point where you don't really need it there. But I am gonna want it here.
I've always loved train travel.
Right there. Starts to feel pretty hollow once it's just a voice. So let's save it. Go back to assembly. Because workspaces are for champions. Also water. Water is good for you. You know what I think it looks, see, everything in the center of this looks good. As you start to get to the edges, I think things start to get a little distorted. Hero 4. Pretty good camera though. Like, for this tiny little thing. No, it's a Hero 5 session, sorry. This tiny little thing, it's like 1 inch square. It's a little tiny cube. And it does amazing work. It's got one little door on the side. You pop open. That's where you put your SD card. You charge it with USB-C. That stays closed. If you need to like take it off or anything like that, you literally just pull that off and it pops out. What else? That is the record button. You click that once, it'll start to record. This is the menu button, little tiny thing on the back end. You can navigate the menus with just those two buttons. Works really great in my opinion. And honestly, the audio is not that terrible for just being like a little tiny camera out in the world. They make little like stick-on muffs for this, so it kind of reduces some of the wind noise. And I think there's an option for noise reduction, like high pass or low pass or whatever that is, directly in the camera. So they're pretty good. A definite step up from like the Hero 3 Pluses and stuff like that. But yeah, they're always making these things better. They just came out with the Hero 8, which, Lord, I would love to try, but who knows? It's like $350, I think. You can get these guys refurbed for about $150, which is pretty cool. Here, 80.
Interesting journey.
Yep, that'll be my next clip there. Okay, so going in here. Do I have audio open? Doesn't look like it. So let's go to here. Oh, SFX. That's what I have it as. Nope, I have it as audio. Okay, now these are all artless tracks again. So let's find something. Okay, not all of them are. Slip, pop. Long fart and fart toot. Great. Great. This I can't use. That's copywritten. That must have just gotten waves crashing, We3. Wow. That was loud. My apologies. All right, so we're going to turn down the desktop audio like a bunch. And then we can start messing with this stuff. Jesus, that's loud. This is at negative 14 decibels. No, I don't think that would necessarily fit. Let's check out some of the other ones. Born to Inspire, maybe. What is this? That could be good background music. Like, see how it progresses. Nope. That's not background music. Continent, I know what that sounds like. Downstream. No, this is a really good tune though. I might intro some stuff with this. Oh, hey. So you're looking, getting some comments right now asking about specs for GTX 750, 1024 by 768. GTX 750, bit depth 8. Well, And is the monitor that you're using, is that Like what kind of monitor are you using for that? i5 is the core of your computer, or is that a type of monitor? Gotcha. Yeah, no, like an i5 and a GTX 750. Like, let's take a look at some specs here. I'll look those up right now. 75 hertz monitors. 75 hertz isn't bad. Like it's if you're trying to do gaming or something like that, they do, you know, they have monitors that have higher refresh rates so that you're seeing like really high quality stuff. But with 75 hertz, you're going to be getting like 75 frames per second, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the frequency that they're talking about. So you're still getting like really high frame rate stuff. Like 60 FPS, I think, is pretty good. Nice. Okay, you got one for gaming. If you're doing, if you're planning on doing video editing or anything like that, I find that having a computer that has a lot of cores is really good. So like using an i5 is a good choice. If you have the possibility at some point, like to make an upgrade, I would say upgrade the CPU, go to the i7 or something like that. Or if you have the option, there's Ryzen makes some really inexpensive but high core count computers. So if you're doing stuff that's like video related, you have to render or, you know, work with CGI, having a lot of cores can really help with that processing power. So Ryzen might be a good choice if you want to look up some stuff involved, like some rigs by them, if you're thinking of upgrading at some point. But honestly, working with an i5 GTX 750, let's see, i5 GTX 750. Type that in correctly. There we go. Okay, so I'm seeing some of these for, yeah, around like 550. Some benchmarks. Is it the GTX 750 Ti by any chance? I'm seeing that that's actually a really good combination. This, how old is this article though? This is I'm looking at a GPU check, and it's like the combination between the GTX 750 Ti and Intel Core i5 at 3.2 gigahertz has less than an 8% bottleneck in many games and is a perfect match to avoid FPS loss. So that means that if you're playing with a screen that has 75 hertz refresh rate, you might be able to hey, no worries. No, I appreciate you commenting in. Apparently it looks like your setup is really good for frame rate in videos. So but at the same time it's not able to output that much. Okay, so it's saying that at 1080p your average frame rate would be about 23.8 frames per second. So since you're using 1024 by 768, that's going to help your games show up in higher quality. If you want to upgrade at some point, I would say either bumping up your graphics card. That can be expensive though. So maybe, that's hard to say. Like, I'm not the greatest at updating computers, but I know that if you really research the specs of your computer and your build, you can find some great ways to upgrade that are relatively inexpensive. Like maybe just pumping some more RAM into your computer, or putting in RAM that is faster. Like some RAM has this rating afterwards, like 1333 megahertz. That's going to be the speed, the frequency at which it operates. So if you were to get something that's like, I think it's like 3200 megahertz is one of the, I'm kind of forgetting here, but if you were to figure out which speed RAM works the best for your computer, that can be an inexpensive way to upgrade. RAM can be relatively inexpensive. So that could be a good choice. But thank you for chatting in. I appreciate it. I might be able to ask a friend if there's an easier way to upgrade that, but that would depend on what type of motherboard you have. So, Oh, is that? Never mind. That's what this is. Okay, I'm getting it now. So here, I'll show you the specs that I'm looking at. Maybe you can let me know if this is the motherboard that you have. Or no, that's a graphics card. That is a graphics card. All right, so yeah, see, like, look at these. The Radeon R series, I like a whole lot. It's not very expensive. Like, your card right now is $279. And then the Radeon series, you can get like a 12% faster speed for $200. So like, depends on how you part your PCs out, but because you're using Intel, you'd want to use an Intel card, so the GTX series. If you were to go towards like a Ryzen CPU, then it could be a really good option to go with Ryzen boards, because like I'm using an i7 with I'm not sure right now. I want to say 960. Let's see. Let me hit the right button to get this up. System. Okay, so I've got a Ryzen 7 1700X. That's like the processor is what I kind of focused on. I got it's an 8-core processor, which has virtual cores as well, so it's a lot of processing power. I have 32 gig of RAM installed, so it's able. That's why I'm able to like do, work in Premiere Pro and live stream at the same time. Like, it has the ability to work on a lot of jobs. The graphics card that I have in there, let's see. I would have to go back to here. No, I opened up the wrong thing. Here we go. Control panel. Device manager. I'll let you know how much the PC was in a second. I'm trying to find out the what graphics card I have in right now. I suppose I could just like literally look inside of my computer, but display adapters. All right, I have a Radeon RX 570. So let's take a look at that. Radeon RX 570. Radeon. All right, so yeah, you can get these for like $80 on eBay. That's not bad at all. That's obviously used, but new for $150, not bad. That's what are the specs on this thing? It's a 4 gig graphics card. 4 gig? Or is it 8 gig? Yeah, 8 gig. Thought so. RX 570? Huh. Yeah, okay, 4 gig. Whatever. But yeah, they're not very, very expensive. And basically, what I like to do, the website that I use to build computers is called PC Part Picker. I had a friend who told me about this website, and it's been fantastic. So you go here to PC Part Picker. You can go to System Builder, and it gives you this kind of interface. What you can do then is you can choose whichever item is most important to you. So like, say you have a motherboard that you want to upgrade. You can go in here and say, okay, I've got a Z390. All right, so I'm gonna add this, and then okay, all right, that adds it to my list. Sweet. Now when I go in for, let's say, a video card, it's going to show me only stuff that's compatible with that other motherboard that I've already selected. So it's a really great option for setting things up. When I purchased my computer through here, using all of the, Amazon links and discounts and coupons and stuff that I could, I ended up getting my computer for about, I think it was $750. I got the monitors and I bought a monitor with it. So I got a monitor that I think has 120 hertz refresh rate. So it's a little bit higher refresh rate for gaming. And then I bought a bigger monitor that's 4K, but it's a TV, so it's like, it was only like $200. You can get some inexpensive stuff for, you can get some high quality things that'll do the job that you want to do for relatively inexpensive, but only really if you like do your research. And it's kind of hard for other people to do that research for you because they don't know what you're looking for, really. If you want to be doing video editing or if you want to be doing gaming, those will be kind of different focuses. But there's definitely stuff out there. Check out PCPartPicker.com. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I just really like this website. And talk to your friends who are computer nerds. So if you come up with a build, basically, let's go back here. If you go to that system builder thing, you can, So right here, you can give us the link up here. Join us on a stream again and send the link in. Actually, you might not be able to send the link in through chat, but let's do. Sweet. Okay, tomorrow. That's awesome. I'll probably be streaming every day. What I'm trying to do is I've got like this little schedule that I'm trying to stick to. I'll be editing during the day and then gaming at nighttime. So if you catch me during a gaming stream, you can always ask me. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for following, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to get back to doing some editing here. I've got a little bit of work to finish. I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty. So we're back in the episode here. We're trying to find music. So let's take a look. Dreaming in 432 Hertz. This is a song from the YouTube audio library, I want to say. Yeah, okay, so this one's just like, it's very ethereal, it's very background music. You can get some good stuff out of it, but it's not really for what we're trying to do right now. This looks like there's a lot going on. Wow. Great. Not what we're going to use, though. That sort of fits the theme of the music that I've been using so far. So that could be a good option. I'm not really super sold on it. There's some good sections of this song, though, like... Dope. Yeah. Cool tune, but I don't know. What about Let's Play by Buzo? Oh, this is a cool one. I actually really like this. Great editing stuff that you can do to this. That's great. Yeah, it's a fun tune. So you know what? Let's pop this one in. I like this one a lot. And that'll give us some room to play. Okay, so back to editing. I'm gonna pump that up a little bit, give us some more room here. Okay, there we go. We want that to come in right there. Come on.
I've always loved train travel.
Okay, G. I'm gonna do. Okay, we have numlock on, so minus 8, I think, would be good.
Since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario.
Thing is, these need to be louder. So, G, we're going to go 4.
I've always loved train travel, ever since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario.
Nope, they need some more. You know what? I'm going to chop that one there because it's not quite as loud as the other ones. Okay, so you know what? Bump that up by 1, G, bump those up by 4, boom.
Since riding the Polar Express in Northern Ontario as a kid, the countryside whipping by the giant windows, the different cars, and the variety of people you'll see along the way just make for such an interesting.
I'm going to bump this forward just a touch because I want that to come in.
Interesting journey.
Okay. Now I might use this a little bit later on. So that's like the clip that we're going to use. This is all the B-roll. So we can chop some B-roll into this song, and I think that would look great. And then during the next sort of like little break that we edit into this, yeah, then we can have that little audio clip come in. Also, I'll cut that apart a little bit better so it's more coherent. And then we have that one as the kind of finisher. Okay. So these sections are finally getting a little bit more mapped out. Everything's getting a little bit put together. That's what we're looking for. Oh yeah, this is the what happened in blah blah blah. Oh, okay. That got screwy for some reason, so let's relink those. Glad I caught that. All right, here, there. That's the rest of the journey. Man, I feel so bad for putting this out so late. Like the content in this, like where Connor's talking to the camera, he's talking about things that are upcoming with his band from like last year. So this is footage from January of 2019. So it's now December of 2019. I literally took 12 months to put this out, and it's drives me insane. But at the same time, it's like it's better to get it out than not get it out at all. So why not? All right, let's put this with that footage. That's gonna go there. This goes in between. That goes on the end. Those will be our outro. Do I talk to the camera in this one? I do. Lovely. Just lovely. Okay, we got that. Now let's go in because I took a bunch of photos while we were here. There's also some footage, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see if we can find the B-roll footage from this. B-roll. Okay, maybe we didn't take video there. Interesting. Yep. Okay, no video there. So, UK photos. Okay, those are just the ones of Nicole. So I gotta get the ones from Peak to Peril loaded in. All right, wake up the computer. Probably doesn't like that I just did the double click to import. It's a really big project file that I'm working with. That is one of the problems with Premiere Pro that I've kind of found. But that's also because I stuff projects full of footage and media and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's kind of not nice to Premiere to be working it that hard. And pretty sure I just crashed it. Yep, so you know what? We're going to crash that for now. Let's clear that out. Drink some more water. Whoop. How's that? Pure sound. Okay. Yep, definitely crashed this. All right, so I'm gonna kill Premiere right now. It's giving me crap. This is one of the reasons why you save often. I might be streaming for another maybe half hour or so. I've only got a plan for working on this episode, and I'm basically finished what I wanted to get finished. I covered yesterday the last half of finishing an episode, so this is sort of like part one of two, yet part two was done yesterday. It'll be up on YouTube in maybe the right order, who knows. But I'll probably be back later tonight playing some Halo, but I'm not sure because the last time I played Halo, I got a DMCA strike for like the theme song in Halo. It was like, okay, here, maybe you can answer a question for me. So I'm not too well versed in like Twitch streaming and things like that, but I was under the impression that like if you're playing a video game and there's a category for it on Twitch, then you're actually like allowed to stream that content. So I sent in a dispute, but haven't heard back yet. We'll see. I'm curious to see how that goes because I just literally haven't run into that before. I haven't been watching streaming long enough. I haven't been streaming long enough to sort of know these things. So it's a little odd, but we'll figure it out. I just don't want to, be streaming for 3 hours only to have the entire thing muted. So we might play some different games. I've got Steam and all kinds of games on there, so we could download something in an hour and get something done. Yeah. Actually, it looks like Premiere Pro is giving me a solid crash right now. So I'm gonna kill that. Oof. That was ugh, it didn't like that. I'm gonna kill that. I'm gonna get that other stuff done. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I do media production, so I'm gonna be doing some streams where I'll be live streaming. There's a jam day over at a studio where I work. There's some media projects that I produce that I can do some streaming on. So I'm just getting started. Like this is my first like week, I would say, like solid week of streaming. It's all been sporadic before that, but if you check us out on YouTube, FC Media Group, I would really appreciate it. It's always great to have feedback on the streams, and I really like that. COS, is that cosplay or is that a video game? Like Counter-Strike or something like that. COS. Hit me with a description there. I might look that up in the meantime too. See what that's about. Like I said, I'm not well versed as a streamer, so. Ah, okay. It's a game. Let's see. Oh. Oh. That looks pretty cool. Cost gaming community. Cost gaming I've seen is like a YouTube channel. Oh yeah, Counter-Strike. Oh heck yeah, I've got Counter-Strike on there. I'm not very good at it, and like people are all just like, "Boo," like one shot with the, headshot with a pistol and stuff like that. But I would love to play some Counter-Strike. That's such a fun game. If people would be interested in watching that, yeah, I'd get in there. Although I do know there's some streams in there where they have or like some maps where it's like The Simpsons and stuff like that. So I'm worried, like, is that copyright? Like, who knows? I'm always worried about that stuff, but who knows? I guess I'll just get into it and see what happens. Yeah, so we'll do some streaming. We'll do some Counter-Strike. I'll add that to the list. You know what? I'll do it right now. I got this little whiteboard here. All right, so this. Whoa, it's got a cable attached to it. Almost dunked that into a glass of water. That would have been bad. All right, so I've got my little list here. Let's do stream some Counter-Strike. On Twitch. Sweet. We got our first request on the board. I'm excited. So I'll get on that. I'll get it downloaded. I know I've had it in there. Not Global Offensive, but CS Source. That's a good one. Yeah. I'll see if I can get some buddies on there. I've got a couple buddies that play on Steam, and I'm not sure if they play Counter-Strike so much, but that's like CS Source is free on Steam. It's really easy to get. We might even do like we'll stream it as a group, and then open up the we'll send out the link so that you can join the what is it? The info on the what's the word? Server. The server info. That's it. So you can join us and play too. That'd be really cool. And that's a game that like it doesn't take a whole lot of. It's not like super heavy-handed on the graphics. So people with not the most powerful computers, like we were just talking about, should be able to still play. And who knows? Maybe at some point on the stream too. I do. Okay. Here's another thing we should talk about. So I do gear reviews as a streamer. There's a company getting in touch with me called Small Rig. They do rigging for cameras. I almost said famra. I don't know why, but they do rigging for cameras and all kinds of stuff like that. Some different gear that we can review. Kyer does tripods. Newer does lights. GVM does lights as well. So I might do some reviews on stuff like that. But if we end up doing some computer parts reviews, which I would love to get into, computer builds and whatnot, I would love to do a giveaway. And if there's, if we have followers and subscribers who are interested in this sort of stuff and need something specific, we could definitely shoot for that. I think a computer would be a good giveaway thing. It'd be interesting to send out, like maybe we build it and then ship it out, but it's you gotta be really careful with shipping something like that. So maybe it's just like hey, we'll get the company that we're doing a review for, they'll send you one. That'd be really cool. But yeah, we'll definitely figure it out for the EU. I've got some cousins over there. Actually, that episode that I was just working on Premiere Pro, that's a UK travel vlog that I did. So I might be back in the UK at some point. Definitely check us out on YouTube. The link is right down there. Check us out on YouTube. And this is, by the way, you got to search that. That's not, we don't actually have the /FC Media Group yet, I don't think. We're not quite at enough subscribers to get that, but we're working our way there. That would be really cool. If you could get some people involved, we would love it. I'll be doing some streaming this week of more editing. We'll be doing some, let's see, we'll be doing some, yeah, I guess it's just editing this week. Doing some gaming as well. And then on the weekend, we might be live streaming a podcast, which would be a lot of fun. I do a full coverage media group podcast. I talk to local creative professionals. They talk to me about their journey through becoming a creative professional and what they've learned, what their current best practices are, all that stuff. So you get some tips from creative professionals, which is really cool. If you're working on a stream or doing anything like that, you mentioned our viewer here mentioned that they were going to be doing trying to. Yeah, Insta would be great. You can send me messages on there as well, and I might be able to add you to a Discord too. We have a private Discord for everyone that's going to be in the chat here and playing games with us and stuff like that. Members of our Patreon they'll have like a special chat where they can ask me questions directly. They can ask the entire group. We can answer them on the podcast, all kinds of stuff like that. So definitely check us out, and thank you for watching. I'm going to be doing a gaming stream later tonight. We'll be hanging out a little bit, and hopefully we'll see you then. I'm going to end this stream for now. We're going to have a little outro and chill session. And then, yeah, we'll see you later tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Here we go. I'll get some music on for you in a second. Peace.